God, I forget my iPad just loves to die for some reason. Give me a moment. I'm actually just um having a bit of technical difficulties. So just give me a moment. Alright, so all I need to do is wait for the iPad to... Okay, there we go. Alright. Okay, there we go. What's going on? Yeah, I can speak today. What's going on, everyone? Goddrifter here, and welcome back to another GTA live stream. And this is actually a bit different due to the fact that it is a full-on garage tour. And basically, I'm renting a vehicle for today. It is it's a Jeep Grand Cherokee, or in this game, it's called a Seminole. So we're gonna do things up.
Damn you!
Sorry for that. Anyways, so we are gonna do things a bit differently. So we're going from, let's see.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
What not? What you gonna say? Sucks without touching, without lips touching. Sucks. All right. Okay. So yeah, without. Oh. Well, I already did it. All right. So more likely, unfortunately, the last garage is the Toyota. Yeah. Long story short, the basically we're going from the bottom all the way top. So literally, yeah, Toyota would have been like already be out, but then again, what can I say? It's pretty interesting. All right. So yeah, we're gonna start off with the agency garage, then the auto shop garage, and then one of the new apartments I just recently have, the arcade, the casino, the arena workshop, the nightclub, as well as the nightclub service entry, the office garage, and then the rest of the apartments. So, without further ado, let's get started with this. Due to the fact that
I need a man so bad.
Share Factory. Yes, I use Share Factory for my videos instead. But yeah, for the most part, unfortunately, I don't have an Elgato, which I actually do need to get one of those actually. Reason being is because, long story short, I actually do wish I actually have one. Right? Literally do wish that I actually have an Elgato, because that way it makes things a little bit easier for me to actually edit than just, oh yeah, let's wait for the first thing that actually happens to come to mind. So, oh, and not to mention, I finally was able to actually somewhat get Wi-Fi on my computer, so there's that. Anyways, so let's start off with let's start with the agency. And I like using the garbage ones. I actually do like their music, like no joke. I I mean, I may have interesting taste, but still, nonetheless, and not to mention, there's the only thing that doesn't have me using copyrighted songs. So yeah, there's that. Anywho, let's start with the first vehicle. It's probably the most popular one of them all, the Buffalo STX, based off of the 2016 Dodge Charger. And I actually had a redline red, like this. Custom images, sounds, you name it. Well, this is basically the best thing I can do for now, for the most part. On the green screen. How about that? I'm not showing my face anytime soon, so unless you guys get me to a really high, I mean a really high sub count, then I'll probably would start uploading with the face cam on, which is quite interesting to say the least. So yeah, obviously based off of the Dodge Charger Hellcat, basically it's just basic upgrades, and good face for edits and stuff. I thought that's what okay, I actually read that read that completely wrong, but okay, so yeah, here's the thing. When it comes to this car, usually it looks like a Hellcat, but that's somewhat the Scat Pack grill, and there's I still need to get a custom plate for this car, so there's that. Anyways, up next we have the Deity, based off of the Flying Spur, and this is the two of my go-to cars for me to actually just go around and do a lot of missions with, due to the fact that one, the two vehicles I mentioned have missile lockout jammers, so they can't lock onto me, because apparently I know it's like they always use instant lock on for no exact reason, but still nonetheless it's useful to say the least. Also, I actually do like the wheels that I actually had on this car, so there's that. Up next we have the Jubilee, aka the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, and unfortunately, this is probably, in my opinion, what the heck? That is weird. Are you a bot? I do believe Robobo is a bot. Now, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So this vehicle is by far the most disappointing, to say the least, and the reason is because of the interior, which is it's really disappointing. Like this is probably the newest vehicle that a lot of people are waiting for, but it has a really disappointing interior from 2013. So there's that. It has the same. It's basically the same effect with the Landstalker XL, which is the newest Lincoln Navigator. Yeah, just give me a moment. No, that's not what I want to do. There we go. And there we go. Alright. Now what was I saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, that's the Jubilee. It's not that well, speed wise is actually not that bad, but it's no Toros or Ribola or Novak, to say the least. Up next, we have the Patriot Mil-Spec, aka the Hummer H1, which is by far everyone's favorite truck so far, due to the fact that you can actually put the actually have the slant version of this, which is what usual Humvees usually have, and that one is the back makes it completely bulletproof, which is not only one of the best ideas to actually have, but due to the fact if you have like armor along with like the missile lock jammer, then boom, you're good to go. Like it has like not only the vehicle has bulletproof windows, well to a certain extent, but it also has a bulletproof back, which is, dear Lord, you're probably gonna need this. Now keep in mind, when I first got this truck, it used to have like a extra tire on it, versus what they have now, versus what I have now. Still, nonetheless, it's pretty cool. And also, it saves me from getting shot at from the back. So they had to probably go into the side. Anyways, went to the other side, and you have the Baller ST. Now, keep in mind, this vehicle. Now, here's the thing: I bought 2 of these. These trucks were free on Christmas Day. So literally, well, let's see, in the week of Christmas, literally it was this and the Zeno, but the Zeno costs money, so take that well. Also, this is probably their 7th baller that they actually added to the game, not including the oldest one and the regular baller. Still, I tried base mine off the SVR, yeah, I kind of went overboard with the carbon fiber, but nonetheless, it's pretty sick. Up next, we have the Ignis, aka the Lamborghini CN. I tried my best to actually base this off of the original color. Futuristic bikes, oh my goodness. But yeah, still nonetheless, it's probably my most favorite vehicle to use, because unfortunately it's not like the other Imani Tech vehicles where you can actually add like armor to the vehicle, but nonetheless it is actually pretty cool. I tried to base mine off the release color, so there's also that, but I do believe that I can actually do it a little bit better, because there is a vehicle that actually is a similar color to this but has like a gold tint to it, so there's that. And last but certainly not least, we have my Maserati Quattroporte, or aka the Lampadati Cinquemilla. Man, try saying that 10 times fast. Anyways, so yeah, nonetheless, it's still a cool car. Because here's the thing, I thought it was gonna be best of the Ghibli, which is reasonable, because the front end as well as the rear end looks legit like the Ghibli. The side profile on the other hand does remind me of the Quattroporte, but I didn't realize this entire car is going to be based off of literally the Quattroporte. This is basically, you know, your standard luxurious SUV, luxurious sedan. And then on the bottom floor, we have another Baller ST. This one has a Christmas theme though, so that's the other reason why I bought this. Is the reason why I bought two, because one of them is just gonna be for like the livery. It's like, okay, this is the official Christmas car. So nonetheless, it's pretty sick. All right, so we're going to take our Ignis to the next garage, which I do believe, if I remember correctly, is the auto shop. And the auto shop is literally not miles away, but it's not far, but it's not close. I seriously need to get new plates. Oh jeez. Okay, we're good. I think oh yeah, the windshield is definitely gone. Good thing my character wears glasses. My goodness. And before anything else, let me just, there we go. Alright, so we're at the Auto Shop Garage, which is home to two of the most annoying characters known to man in GTA Online. In fact, they're more annoying than Devin Weston. And Devin Weston is a character in the story mode. Ay, ay. The pros of the LS Tuners update: cars, races, as well as a new way to actually win cars. The cons: the freaking couple that actually houses it. Like, what in the world? Alright, so, and I say before I do anything else, I was planning on reversing the process for my my Z, and this is what I mean by it actually has a similar. Oh god dang it! Think Wi-Fi only has been what, like 15 minutes? Jesus. Okay. Correctly, the headlights will be under chassis. As the first bumper, stock. There we go. Headlight covers, stock. There we go. Now we got it. All right. Alright, so I'm going from, okay, which one seems more appealing? Alright, yeah, it's official. We're going with this side first. So, here's the first one, being the Karen Privian. This is based off of the SC400. Now, I've seen plenty of these in my time, like, no joke. I actually saw one. I saw a green one on Lower Hearts, and I saw, I do believe it was like a blue one, and it's actually one of my neighbor's cars, and my goodness, I feel like the XC400 is like, is not underrated per se, but still, a lot of people literally will go for the 300 instead of the 400, because the 400 has a V8, while the 300 has the inline 6, specifically the 2JZ GE. But unfortunately, this thing has the one UZFE, so, well, take that how you will. Anyways, up next, we have my Dominar ASP. Now, the last time you saw this, it was great with a rep pearlescent. Now, I try to base mine off of literally, half and half. It's half Mach 1, half Boss, let's see, Boss D49, I think that's what it's called. Because there's a 342, 349, and 429. But yeah, other than that, it actually is still pretty cool nonetheless. I went for at least a, not a full roll cage per se. Like, okay, yeah, never mind. It's actually a full roll cage. One of the regular seats, I actually kind of tinted it a little too dark. Let me just open the door real quick. Well, yeah, I went straight up, full interior, and actually changed the color of the wheels to white wheels, because red on white usually kind of works. Anyway, we have the only Itasha car that is in this garage, aka my S2000. Now, I'm waiting to actually get to the moment where I actually unlock the Shiny Wasabi Kitty livery, which is probably a little bit better than, well, whatever this is right now. But still, nonetheless, this is indeed my first Itasha. This is not it's not just my first. This is the only Itasha car that's in this garage. And by garage, I mean this is the only one that actually has this, has this garage. So there's that. Not to mention, poor S2, they did the S2K dirty because they don't have side skirts for this, which is weird in a interesting way. Up next, we have my Mark Phi Supra. Now, for those that do not know, this was red I actually changed it back to its original like jewel jade green, which is the original Mark IV Supra color, along with black wheels, a spoiler based off the TRD wing, and that's basically it. Everything else is like um, right now. Everything else is literally to my taste. Up next, we have the Lexus Rcf, aka the Emperor Vector. Um, I tried to base mine off of the Rocket Bunny RCF, but a little bit newer. But there's one more problem, and that is the front fenders. The rear fenders are fine. Don't get me wrong. The front fenders, on the other hand, I don't know if that's actually what it's supposed to look like, but and again, this is GTA after all. Like, they usually don't get these vehicles right. Um, all right. All right. Up next, we have my RX-7, aka my Dream Spec RX-7. Um, so I try to make mine Japan spec. So literally, um, the facelifting model of the front end, along with fender mirrors, the Spirit wing, and unfortunately the real RX-7 doesn't have dual exhaust. It actually has a single X exhaust. Along with that, the taillights are based off of not just the RX-7 but also the Mazda Miatas as well. Along with that, track wheels, as well as bucket seats, and that's basically it, if I remember correctly. All right. Along with that, custom steering wheel, um, custom gauge, as well as a I think that one is the trim color, which is I do believe it's the gauges. Wait, no, it's not. Wait, no, that'll be accents. My bad. Um, so, and not to mention, the car is sponsored by Fukaru. So, it also has Fukaru type tires. I do believe they're based off of Falcons, if I remember correctly. Um, Anywho, we have my 370Z, aka the Euros. Unfortunately, I tried to base mine off of the Velside 370Z, um, but then again, it has that amused looking front bumper, which I don't mind, but I just like the Velside bumper a lot more. Along with that, it's a wide body. It had wheels similar to Workmeisters or SSR Professional SP1 with a amused wing and a circ brake light. Well, force brake light, my bad, because usually that's like a F1 type of thing. Up next, we have the carbon tailgater, or a Audi RS3. Now, when I first know about the tailgater, it was based on the A6, which, from what I recall, it actually is a very luxurious car, but that thing is big, and compared to this, it's actually not that bad. Now I did try to make mine like a stance car, not stance, yeah, basically a stance show car. But yeah, nonetheless, it actually looks pretty cool. It looks better than Santa's though. I can't lie there. Like, at least mine looks at least a lot of sense. But nonetheless, it's pretty cool. Up next, it is my Ford Mustang Boss DO2, aka the Dominar GTT. Yeah, actually, I tried to. And fun fact, this was based off of my Mustang from Metal Club LA. And no, but the only difference is that there's no wing. It's literally just like a wing delete along with that there's usually like a blower sticking out, but I didn't do that because that would ruin the car's flow or how it looks. Yeah, there's basically it. Last but certainly not least, we have the Widebody 86. And before we do anything else, alright, there we go. Anyway, so yeah, this is based on the TRD Widebody 86. And yeah, nonetheless, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Now don't get me wrong, I love me some 86s, but if you're wondering what I prefer the coupe with this front end specifically. Alright, so the vehicle they're gonna be taking to the next garage. Yeah. Yes, right round, everybody. Right round, right. Hold on. Oh. Actually, I haven't used the RS3 in a while. Ever since I got it from the prize ride. Alright. Alright, time to look at the time to call out the mechanic, because nice. Apparently that's what, in terms of the garage tour, that's what the mechanics is best for. Cause like, wait, which one's which again?
You need something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know.
Okay, so that one would be Hillcrest Avenue, and that one is the new apartment that I recently just
got
gotten.
stuff to do.
And if I remember correctly, Hillcrest is right next to the. It's basically a. Let's see, one with hills. Okay, I do believe it's this one because that one is actually the most closest thing to it. I could be wrong, but still. Dang, Simeon, I tried to actually drive all the way there. I don't have time to answer your text, Simeon. And also, I'm also like successful, basically the most successful car enthusiast in all Los Santos. Bye, Audi. Ay, ay, ay. Oh snap, that one's Oh man, that guy's British. Hold on. It's like, you bloody wanker. I was like, oh god, he's British. Alright then. Cause I know that one is the Porsche garage, that's one thing for sure. Okay. I might have curved a wheel or two. This thing is doing well. Other than a weird person of Robobo, is there usually it's like that. Anyways, since this is a new apartment, there's only a new. I think it's a penthouse. I think it's a I do believe it's a penthouse. But there's only 2 cars in here, so Long story short, this is my recreation of Hoovie's Garage's Tesla Model S that he used on Car Trek. And it didn't do so well, first and foremost. And here's the thing. Long story short, okay, so for those that have not watched the latest Car Trek, I'm going to spoil it for at least a couple of minutes, so bear with me on this one here. So, Tavares cheated with the Toyota Supra due to the fact that he bought the car 5 years ago, and it was keep in mind the car was 23 grand at the time. Now, due to the fact that, and then keep in mind he put at least 30 to 50k in mods, and it made at least 700 horsepower, 800 depending on if he has like E85 in the tank. And then Tyler, aka Hoovie's Garage, cheated in the luxury challenge with the Tesla Model S P85. Now, unfortunately, the car didn't last so long. So, for the most part, he had to tow his car from one challenge to another, and that's basically it. And then in terms of the jugular, I try to base mine off the one I have in CSR2, and it is this color specifically. And I actually did like this car, but I didn't bother like fully max it out. So yeah, we're gonna be taking the jugular because I'll be driving an electric car soon. So well, there's that. Never knew there were British characters in GTA. Wait, no, there is actually. If I remember correctly, it was I think Love Fist is actually a band that's in the game for not in the game, but like there's references of Love Fist from the older GTA games. And then there's I forgot what the other. I forgot. Okay, so there are also European characters in GTA San Andreas. I forgot their names because it's been a while, so cut me some slack there. Alright, before I think. Oh, great. Now I'm lost. Wait. Hold on. Let me get to the streets before I do anything else.
What you need, boss? Some wheels? I can bring them around.
Are there any British NPCs? Ah, okay, that's okay. Not gonna lie, that is indeed true. Oh, okay. So it's the arcade garage.
I'll get back to work.
Alrighty then. God dang! I just took this out. This is. There goes my poor Jag. I blame the camera on that, anyways. Oh god dang it! Not now, Franklin. I'll do it once the live stream's over. Sorry, Franklin. Anyways. Oh jeez. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I guess I know which way to go. Oh my god, the pops and crackles of this car. I know like the Stallion GT did it first, but it's something about a sedan with being able to do that. It's awe-inspiring. Ooh, Bel Air. I already have one though, so and there's that. Oh my goodness. Alright. And before I do anything else, okay, there we go. Alright, much better. Alright, so as you go to this corner, you'll see a bunch of literal, armed to the teeth cars, basically. So we're going. Okay, so we're either gonna be starting where the half track is, or where the Insurgent is. AKA starting from the left or starting from the right. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by his toe. If it hollers, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, night shark. Okay. So anyways, first things first, at the night shark. Yeah, I ended up getting this. Because one of the weeks it was 2 cars that were free, and I ended up buying a lot of them. And I thought I was gonna make bank of it, because it's like, okay, once I actually not fixed up, but literally maxed out all the variants of this, I probably would make bank. I was wrong. I was like, man, I can't believe I wasted all my money on this. And to make matters worse, that entire thing filled up the garage, which that was like the worst thing that could possibly happen to me. All right. Up next is the Karakuruma Armored, the Armored Kuruma, basically. And this is my day one. Now, long story short, the car had 6-spoke wheels. Now it has 5 spokes. Has the Oni plate. It's Oni is Japanese for demon. And I had this car in Verilier red, along with a matte black secondary. I do because yeah, not gonna lie, it's basically like this car was legit day one for me right there. Up next we have the Paragon, the armored Paragon R. And this is based off the at least the 2018, 2019 model Bentley Continental GT. I actually want to sit in one of these. Like I legit wanted to sit in one of these before they changed on their body style, because I was used to like the Continental being like, okay, actually it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like this from now on, but I didn't expect it to look this good. Anyways, up next we have the half track, aka my run things over vehicle. And the half track is probably the most underrated vehicles, because not only that they have like an anti-air-esque type gun thingy, whatever that thing is, but this thing is a full-on military convoy. It's basically what it is. It's a military vehicle. Up next we got the OG Oppressor. I never used it because of, well, long story short, I don't know how to fly this thing. Which is kind of unfortunate, because this is a bike and it has a boost, and it's weird. Up next we got the Deluxo based on the DMC DeLorean. Unfortunately, the fact I don't own a metals color yet, which is quite surprising because I'm literally level 520. I haven't even bothered going through the races because in all honesty, who does rally races these days? Like, in all seriousness. Alright, up next we got the Duke of Death, based off of a armored Dodge Charger. This is okay. Not gonna lie, this is like something out of Death Race. all it needs is like a mounted machine gun on either side, and along with like some landmines that can actually drop. Then this will be a good movie candidate. Don't bother asking why. Anyways, we have the Insurgent based off of the Gurkha. I actually need to paint this because I mean there's nothing wrong with this truck. It's just the fact that this mouse actually have this truck. Last time I had it, it was probably the weirdest color I had. It was gold with it's like a black with like a gold, not black, it was like dark blue with like a gold pearlescent, and it was weird. It was probably the weirdest color I ever had on this truck, and it was so bad I called it the Gucci Surgeons. Oh man. Up next it is the most useless military vehicle of them all, aka the Zaba, and it is indeed true because if I remember correctly, no one actually likes this truck at all. In fact, the only selling point about this truck is the fact that it is amphibious. Well, that's it. It cannot survive one rocket. It cannot go even like 20 feet past, not 20 feet, at least it cannot go into the water without drowning, so there's that. Anyways, the next vehicle that we're about to get in is the Scramjet based off of the Mark V, but I kind of make my own. So this is kind of like a reverse Mark V, which is red and white. I do remember correctly, the next one is the Casino. Righty then. John's gonna get tired of me calling him because I need to like make sure which is which. And not my time I'm already in my own vehicle, so this basically is just in case if I forget something.
You're through to your garage. You need me to bring you?
Yep.
I'll get back to it then.
It is the casino, and then it will be in the arena war workshop, and then it'll be the I think it's the nightclubs, if I remember correctly. Alright. Normally I would try to go in by any other means, but due to the fact that it will be like, oh yeah, let's go into the casino and then just go there and do this, it's a lot easier. We're going to my penthouse garage, and this is actually the home. Drum roll, please. Okay, there you go. And it is my race car garage, which is probably the rarest type of garage. Well, it's not the most rarest, the most common. That's one thing for sure. And yeah, long story. Wait, before I do anything else. There I go. I was like, wait a minute, something ain't right. Alright, so we're going to start off with the left, then go to the middle, and then we're going to the right. Alright, so we got the Hot Ring Saber, and this car is only good for one thing. It's literally a NASCAR. It's basically what it is. Based off of the stock car from NASCAR. And yeah, it's actually one of those cases where it's like, okay, excuse me, Yeah, sorry about that. Now, for those who don't know what the Sabre is based off, the Sabre is based off of the Monte Carlo. It was, well, I did not know, but you know now. Anyways, up next, well, I also wish that the regular Sabre be in the game, but it'll be based off the 80. I think it's the 87 Monte Carlo instead of like the 78, but still, nonetheless, we can always dream. Up next, we got the Vito Modern. For those who want to, we'll have to the Vito Classic. Apparently, I sold mine. I couldn't find it, which is kind of unfortunate because that was like my favorite vehicle to actually get into. So, is that anyway? So yeah, we have a cool little go kart, and actually had a pearlescent over it, so that effect will actually kick in. Up next, we got the Sprunk Buffalo, based off of the, instead of the 2016 to 2021 Dodge Charger. Expired? Dang. I mean, for me, I usually get mine on Christmas Day, so there's that. But dang, dude. Shoot. No, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Sprunk Buffalo. 2012 Charger with a that is sponsored by Sprunk, aka it's either Sprite, Ceramus, or Mountain Dew. It's one of the three. Anyways, we're going to go into the original three that came with the Cunning Stunts update. So we have the RE7B based off of the 787B. I do the Kaya heist and sell old cars for the new cars. Do most people not know you can actually replay the Dr. Dre missions? Like that's one thing I still wonder. Like, do people still not know that you can actually really do the Dr. Dre missions? Oh my goodness. Also, I did bought the Shinobi. I actually sold it so I can actually get one of my cars back, which in that case was the Comet S2, because I thought the Comet S2 was gonna be a vehicle that's gonna be in the podium. That's gonna be in the prize ride. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the RE7B. Basically, it's the four rotor. And not to mention, it's probably my favorite sounding car, other than the XA21, because four rotor. Up next, we have the ETR1 based off of the LFLC from Lexus, with the headlights, headlight and taillight from the ST1 concept, and the body style of the LFA. So literally, it's literally a full-on Toyota at this point. Well, mostly Lexus, but still, it's a full-on Toyota. Last but certainly not least, this is probably the most confusing one, because you got a Celine front end mixed with the Gt-R / Longtail from the McLaren F1, which is probably the weirdest other combination of cars. Alright, next we go into the right. We have the Ignis S80RR based off of the the R92 CP, which is another vehicle that's from Le Mans, and it's also sponsored by E-Cola, aka Coca-Cola. Alright, up next we have the Burger Shot Stallion based off of Huh. Actually, I do believe this is based off the Oldsmobile 442. And for those wondering how I know this, it's because my neighbor have one. Well, yeah, my neighbor has one. Difference being is that it's not the coupe, it's actually the soft top. And the thing is, I'm also a sucker for classic muscle cars, so that's interesting to say the least. It also looked like it came out of the dealership as well. Up next, we got the Redwood Gauntlet, which is based off of the Dodge Challenger, and specifically is the '09 Dodge Challenger, which is by far the least desirable Challenger that has ever gotten, because it's either, oh, you need to get the Scat Pack, or oh, you need to get the Hellcat. Like, oh no, you have to get the Demon. It's like, okay, why do I have enough money for actually one of those? Like, I can just get an SRT8 and it'll probably be the same exact feeling, except the Hellcat and Scat Pack are a little bit faster, yes, but they're twice as heavy. Oh my goodness. And then we got a somewhat still king of the muscle car class, which is the Miss Wasser Dominator, based off the racing version of the Ford Mustang. Specifically, that's 197. And that's basically it. We're gonna grab the RE7B because, well, not only that, it's because it's a rotary, but it's also because of it opens like that. I'm in the War Garage, if I remember correctly. Oh my goodness. Wait. Leave me alone, Brucey. Anyways. Wait, actually. I hate second guessing myself because I need to, like, completely make sure that I know which garage to go to next. Because you never know. It could probably be like, oh yeah, it's this garage, or like, no, it's this garage.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up.
Okay, so I was right. Arena
Okay,
War,
I
then
got stuff to do.
nightclub, then the office, then the apartments. So far, 53 minutes. We're making good time right now. Also, don't worry. Once it hits February, my character's gonna go back to his original outfit, aka either the suit or the puffy jacket thing that my character always wears, which is probably the most non-Californian thing that he has ever worn. Oh my god. I mean, I don't plenty of jackets in my life, but Jesus Christ, I don't know how many jackets I actually bought for this character. Alright, so yeah, the first floor is literally a fully British. It's basically what it is. It's a fully British thing. So without any further ado, let's get started on the first one, being the 770, based off of the Austin Martin 177. And I legit recreated this color because I was in Gran Turismo Sport, and it was probably my favorite color out of the other colors that appeared for this car. And yeah, actually, in fact, still the 177 is going to be my dream Aston Martin to this day. even though the car costs a whopping 1.5 million. And keep in mind that there are actually 77 of these in the world, and they're very limited. Unless I'll probably have to like Google it later. Probably will update you guys on if I actually did some research once the live stream is done. Anyways, up next we have the Bravado Verilier. This is based off of the Sagaris. And this is I like the front end. Alright. I like the wide body. It looks cool. It's cool. What the heck? What in the world? What is this? Who designed it? Who designed this mess? It looks like an Audi TT has separated from its own gears. Oh my god. I don't want to roast the Verilier, but my goodness. The wheels are nice though. Like, I do like the wheels. I like the front end, as well as the roof line. I just don't like the rear end. It's really weird. Up next we got the the JB700W. And this is based off of the Aston Martin DB5. And for those that do not know, this is actually this vehicle is based off of the DB5, which is James Bond's official car in the 007 movies. Unless you're talking about the modern variants, then they still uses it along with the V8 Vantage, but unfortunately, the 2000s ones, if I remember correctly, they didn't bother using the DB5 as much as it was, because all I know is that the 2000s one uses a Vanquish instead of the DB5. I think so I forgot the newer no, let's see, it's not No Time to Die, I know that for sure. There was another Aston Martin that they use, and it's the DB10. Speaking of DB10, we have the Gtb Spectre Custom based off the DB10, and yeah, actually looks pretty sick to say the least. Now this is also based off of the Stallion of Liberty Walk. And this is basically I got rid of the Bible and the carrot. I already did. Wait, if you're talking about the if you're talking about the Ubermock, then yeah, I already done that mess like a long time ago. Anyways, the Spectre Custom, basically pearl white, red wheels. No time that was good, man. Don't spoil it. I haven't seen it yet. Keep in mind, I actually was planning on seeing it in theaters, but I ended up watching shoot, I think it was Eternals, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Eternals, which felt like a 3-hour movie, but it was 2 hours. Because keep in mind that me and my friends got there like around like 3:30-ish, 3:45, and we got here and we got out like around 6 o'clock. It's like, what the heck? Like, how was like a 5 to 6 like, it felt like it was like a 2 like it felt like a 3-hour movie, but it was like 2 hours. Jesus Christ. But yeah, nonetheless, oh man, this is probably one of my favorite cars. Let's see, okay, I'll try my best to see it, and I'll probably invite you to chat and tell you about it. So there's that. Anyway, up next we have the 2 race cars, specifically 2 Formula 1 cars. Up next we have the Ocelot R8 based off of the Lotus, I forgot. I think this was the Playboy Lotus, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I don't know. But yeah, nonetheless, it's This is basically the wheelie car. This is if you take off the splitter, you'll definitely do wheelies. Um, and then up next we have the Progen PR4, which is also sponsored by Dinka, which is based off of Honda. So this is basically a so long story short, this is a McLaren ex Honda collaboration that they made this car. My goodness. All right. It's also sponsored by Atomic, but it's also sponsored by Chappelle, so I went with the Chappelle tires. Moving on, we have the Buccaneer based off of two cars that look exactly familiar. The Valkyrie and the Valhalla. I try to base mine off of the Valkyrie because the Valhalla doesn't have the wing, which is I do like the Valhalla. It's just that in terms of actually how I'm going to build it, it's going to be based off the Valkyrie, which I yet to see anyone use that car for a movie, which is interesting. And last but not least, we have the GP1, aka the most detailed McLaren in this game. I tried to base mine off of the McLaren F1 GT slash GTLM. It actually looks pretty sick, to be completely honest. Now up next we're going down to the second floor. And I just realized there was like a spot I can actually use for one of the cars. Alright, so this one is not as empty as it was. Anyways, first things first, this is a I basically just store this just as a necessity because I haven't done anything to this truck yet. But yeah, we have the Patriot based off of the Hummer H2, unlike the Mil-Spec, which is based off the Hummer H1. Yeah, nonetheless, this actually looks pretty sick. I see this. I see. No, scratch that. This is basic as heck. Like, what in the world? Like, I didn't even bother customizing it, and I'm like, oh, great. This is probably the worst decision I ever had. This is. Anyway, up next we have the Ardent, based off of the Lotus Esprit. This is basically I think this is the 80s model or 90s model. Definitely 90s model because I literally looking at it right now. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, this is the 90s model. The best part is the car has pop-up headlights, which is awesome to say the least. Unfortunately, the car cannot be used in races, which is weird. Up next, we have the Bison, based off of the Dodge Ram 1500. And this is the, well, see, not the 1500, this is the 2500. Now, I do have classmates in high school that had this truck. But it wasn't like the two-door, it was like it was a four-door, it was a two-door. And it was rear-wheel drive. And apparently like burned the absolute mess out of the tires. Basically, he just peels out. It's like, what the heck happened here? So yeah, there's no vehicle over here, so that's another spot I can actually use. Up next, we have another not insured car, aka the Fugitive, but this was stored here a long time ago, so there's that. Up next, we have the Peyote Gasser. This is based off the custom drag racing Thunderbird, which is one of the cases where I'm actually a fan of the Gasser thing, but still, it is a Peyote, and the Peyote right nowadays is pretty expensive to actually do anything to, because if I remember correctly, the Peyote Custom is like around 900 to 800 grand just converted to a lowrider, and this is even worse. 2000 Tundra is still running by, seeing the right front bar joint. plug while driving with him, but still kicking. Oh, dang. That thing must have like, that thing must have a lot of gas for that to actually work. Up next we have the Lurcher, based off of the, okay, it's half and half. It's a Buccaneer, but it's a hearse body, which is interesting. This is actually based off of the Cadillac. I think it's the Cadillac Sedan DeVille coach. I do believe it's supposed to be a hearse. It actually looks, eh. Do you want to camp out? Jesus. What's next? Okay, so I've yet to actually insure this. This is basically a a G-Wagon at this point. Unfortunately, Mercedes wasn't in the LA Auto Show, which is quite odd because I actually sat in one of the cars before. Specifically, they're at their C300 model cars, which is pretty interesting. And last but not least, you got the Casco based off of two variants of the car. Basically, it is a Maserati as well as a Ferrari GT 250 GT, I think that's what it's called. And we're now going down to the second floor. So yeah, we're going to, okay, so it's the workshop, first floor and second floor. And the second floor is probably the most American thing you've probably seen in a while. So let's get started. The first thing that we got here is the Impante Phoenix, based off of the 1970s Pontiac Firebird. Specifically, I do believe this is not 90. This is probably either a 78 or a 79 Firebird. Because, long story short, I just love the 79. The 79 is actually the one I would prefer more than the 77. Even though the 77 is Slugging the Bandit, but still the 79 actually works. Up next, you have the Dominar, which is based off of the Ford Mustang. Now I try to recreate my classmate's car from high school. Unfortunately, I got the red wrong along with the wheels. Because not correctly, it's fully black and it has a carbon. I don't know if it's carbon or if it's like matte black. It also has like an LED strip around the housing, or they're basically daytime running lights now. But still, nonetheless, it's pretty cool. Also, that one is, so the plate is not for this car. It was meant for the Eclipse. But I had to like put it on something, so I put it on the Mustang. Up next, we have the Frankenstunt. This is based off of the Ford Model T Custom car from Addams Family. Alright, up next we have the Chevelle Picador, based off of the 1965 Chevrolet El Camino. Okay, so the thing is, in Safari in a college parking lot in ABQ and MN, pretty sweet. Dude, oh, actually, now I thought about it, I saw a Porsche 914/6. It was one of the cars that I actually saw that was like, oh my god, that looks actually amazing. And then there was another Porsche. It was like I do believe it was like a 930. Remember correctly, it was a cabrio model and it was pretty cool. It was a 78. I think that it's not a 78. It's probably a 1980s model. But it was nice. But yeah. The thing is, in California, we can't even find like the 60s or 70s model of this. We had the 80s model. Which is quite sad because it's like, okay, that's not bad. It's like, it's the 80s model. It's like, oh, But I did see. But here's the thing. My mom did take me to one of her clients that owned a I think it was like 68 El Camino. It was pretty nice. But it was like but it was like resto modded, and it had like, it wasn't, it was literally donked out, but it wasn't like fully donked out. Like it was like 21s to say the least. Like it wasn't that bad. Um, it's like, oh yeah, but it's like, that's like, well the has like well the inner parts of the shit, I forgot what it's called, of the wheel housing, so that way it can actually fully turn. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Up next, we have the Albany Roosevelt Velour, aka the 1934 Cadillac 318. Yeah, the 318A town car, aka Al Capone's famous bulletproof car, which is, well, it's unfortunately inaccurate because people can easily shoot out of it. But yeah, nonetheless, it's pretty cool. And for those wondering, how do I know what this car is based off of? Actually, a YouTuber known as The Professional actually did an analysis on the Valentine's Day Massacre DLC, which is based off of the real life thing that actually happened around the 1930s/1920s. But I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can actually put a link, but I will suggest you look at his video, and he'll probably will tell you what the entire thing with the Valentine's Day Massacre DLC is all about. Anyways, up next, we have the Slam Truck, based off the 1950s 1950s tow truck, which is it's not just any 1950s tow truck. This is 1950s Ford tow truck, or, well, international tow truck. Well, this is a confusing vehicle because, if I remember correctly, international was literally a thing back in the 1950s/1960s, and if it's a service vehicle, it's probably international. But yeah, nonetheless, it's a customs truck now, basically a resto mod at this point. Up next, we have the classic DR1, based off of the Verizon IndyCar. I think that's what it's called. I think it's an IndyCar. Up next, we got the Squatty, which well, this car is gonna be sounding surprising, but I don't know what this is based on. I apologize. I don't know what this thing is based on. It is probably the weirdest thing we ever had in this game. Like, this is okay, keep in mind, this is a Mammoth without without 75% of a roof. Like, that's basically the thing. Okay. And then last but not least, you got the Taipin, which is based off of the Hensley Venom F5. Now, here's the thing. I thought this car was gonna be the biggest thing. That's wrong. First and foremost. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, so going back to going back up to the workshop floor, so that way I can actually grab a vehicle and head to the nightclub. And if we're going to go into the nightclub, we're going to the nightclub in style. So we're grabbing the 770. Oh my goodness. Alright. Alright, I forgot this. I was like, wait a minute. Alright, completely forgot about I was like, alright, I completely forgot about I forgot to actually turn off the music. Um, anyways, we're now on our way to the nightclub, which is probably the. Oh, sorry, Jeep. Also, my car. This is by far the most random-esque top garage that I ever owned in this entirety of this game. Hold on, something in my nose. Hold on. Alright, there we go. But yeah, honestly, I was actually surprised that they actually nerfed almost all. I do believe they nerfed all the tuner DLC cars, which is weird because that was like probably that actually got everyone back to GTA Online. Due to the fact like, oh, okay, finally got something that's tuner based, and it's probably it's like, okay, they probably couldn't do anything wrong, right? Freaking nope. This is just like, great. Well, there we go again. All right. Oh, and okay now. I'm not gonna lie. I also saw an R8. This is on the freeway on the way to the gym, which was awesome. Not gonna lie. All right, so immediately we have appeared with the Jersey Yosemite, which at this point is literally just collecting dust. Like, I apologize, but at this point, this vehicle is collecting dust. Now, keep in mind, I actually did get this car from the podium, which is at one point it's not gonna bother be sold for that was sold as much, but still it's cool nonetheless. Now we have to go to basement level 2 because basement level 1 is all the delivery cars, which we're not gonna go for because that's literally all ruck vehicles. Egg. And also not GTA, the Crew 2 will be another stream tomorrow, because the new contractor update will be season 2. So anyway, so we're out of the bat. We're met with a Ocelot GT based off of the Alfa Romeo 155 GTA. It's probably and specifically this is it's either the 60s model or the 70s model, but due to the fact it's really short, I'm guessing this is the 60s model. Up next we got two new, actually keep in mind we have now 2 new additions to the garage. So first off we got the Vapid Hustler, and I try to base mine off of the off of one of the Dominator cars, or should I say the Hot Rod cars from the Burnout series. But still, nonetheless, this is based off of the Ford Model T, and it is actually not the Ford Model T. What am I saying? The Ford Model 18. My bad. And I try to make this car as modern as possible. So literally, it's kind of like that. Up next, we have the Rent-A-New Mark II, based off of the Ford Escort Mark II. And for those that actually, have watched Ryan Turk actually fully like shred the absolute mess out of this car, you probably would have recognized it. But unfortunately, it doesn't have the hooligan stickers, and not to mention it's not matte black, which is kind of unfortunate. Sorry about that. Anyways, up next we have the Stallion, based off of, like I said, the Oldsmobile 442. Um, it's at this point, it's literally just a resto mod. It's basically what it is. In fact, the license plate even says it. I'm a resto. Basically, it's a resto mod. Up next, we got the BF Weevil, based off of the 1960s Ford Beetle. Along with that, we have a Jamaican flagman, along with a low-life plate, even though it's stock suspension. Um, Up next, we have the Issy Classic, based off of the classic Mini Cooper. Um, and immediately when I look at this, I'm like, the moment I try to sit in it, I'm gonna get squished. Because for those who do not know, I'm 5'10", and if I wanted to actually sit in the vehicle, then unfortunately I'm gonna get squished. Like, doesn't matter what I do. Oh my goodness. Alright. Up next, we have the Class A Voodoo Custom. This is also a new edition. And I actually got this, and I got this color because I actually found it off the street in Sandy Shores. Also insured it. So yeah, long story short, end up getting this color, and it actually looks sick. Okay. Up next we have the Dodge. We have a Impante Dukes. Half of it is based off the Dodge Charger, while the other half is based off the GTO. Now, which one would I prefer? Definitely a Dodge Charger. But we need a Dukes we need a legit GTO in this game, because like they are kind of missing out on that cashing in on every single one of those cars. And last but not least, got the Lamborghini Tropos Rally, based off of the Lancia Delta, Lancia Stratos, which is it's pretty cool, to say the least. Alright, up next, we're going up to the going down to the third floor, and the third floor is also known as the off-roading garage, due to the fact that, well, for one, that one was the resto mod section. We're going down to the full-on off-roading / truck section. Yeah, right. Judging by the way this looks, I'm going with the biggest first and then the smallest last. So, let's go and do that. First and foremost, we have the Sand King SWB, based off of the Ford F-250. And yeah, this is probably like the biggest truck I ever owned in this entire game. Keep in mind, I used to own the Guardian, and the Guardian is not as big as this. That and the four-door version of this, but still, the four-door version is a lot bigger. But height-wise, this is probably the biggest I've ever gotten. Up next, we got the Evron, based off of the Toyota Hilux from Top Gear, which I kind of donked it. Like this basically is at this point a high riser. Up next, we got a murdered out Ford F-150 Raptor, aka the Karakuruma 4x4. Now I'll be really surprised they didn't get the new Raptor in this game, which is pretty insane to say the least. Yeah, that or the new TRX, because a lot of people actually want a TRX in the game. Alright, so yeah, I actually do like the way it looks, and yeah, it's actually, I actually sat in one of these before, but it wasn't the first nor second gen model, it was the third gen. Hey, welcome to the live stream. If you're wondering what you missed, I'm doing a garage tour. That's basically what it is. Up next, this is my Lincoln Navigator the newer Lincoln Navigator, because the old Navigator is based off the is literally the Landstalker, or basically Landstalker XL, which like I said with the Jubilee, probably the most disappointing vehicle in terms of interior wise. Okay, there we go. So yeah, this has like the 2013 yeah, this is basically a 2013 interior that they had in the game. In fact, you can tell this car is the interior is from 2013 because look at the door. Look at how the way they actually designed it. Like that mess is like that mess is not even like full 3D. That's like full on flat. Forget that mess. Anyways, um, here's the thing. With this truck, it at least makes sense. Um, Basically, the Granger. Well, this is the reason why I'm excited because of the new Granger, because this is the 2007 to 2013 model of that specific truck. Now, the one that we're about to get soon is based off of the 2017 all the way to 2019 model. Well, it's not 2017. The 2015 and 2019 model, which is not. This is it's actually pretty cool to say the least. But this is basically based off the 2007 Chevrolet Suburban. Now, I really do wish to have a Tahoe in this game. Otherwise, it would make plenty of sense. All right, we're going, all the way back again. This time. Yeah, sorry about that. Next, got the Coil Brawler, based off of the Locomotives Rally Fighter. And before you guys ask, no, I didn't know about this car because of the Fast and Furious, nor Forza Horizon. In fact, the reason why I know about this car, is because I am not joking when I say this. CSR2. And I was like, wait, that's a thing? Like, when in the world is this thing? When in the world is this a thing? And keep in mind, Core is supposed to be based off of Tesla. So what the heck is this? This is actually out of nowhere at this point. On next, got the Mesa, based off of the Jeep Wrangler. Oh man, every 90s high school first car. Alright. Okay, there we go. I have to like trying to make sure my jaw is not unhinged. um yeah, it actually is probably the most basic out of the other vehicles, other than the Tahoe, not Tahoe, the Suburban, of course. But still, this is probably it's probably the most normal looking out of everything else. Up next, we got the Seminole Frontier, based off the 80s model of the Grand Cherokee. Now, this is a really good fun fact. My uncle used to own this specific truck, but the thing about it is that it's not like off-road-esque type of spec. It's like just street. It's like normal. It's like a normal street vehicle. I think he sold it. So you can actually pay bills, because literally the truck just like the truck was literally a money pit, which is like, my goodness, why do you do this? Up next, we got the Vapid Winky, which is based off the Willys Jeep. Reason being, World War II. That's basically what it is. And besides, Jeep was basically owned by Ford back then, so thus the Vapid name. And last but not least, got the Maxwell Vagrant, aka the Aerial Nomad. Speaking of Aerial Atom, we're finally getting the Aerial Atom. Let's see, yeah, basically this is Aerial Nomad. We're finally getting Aerial Atom in the Crew 2, which I'm going to be streaming that mess tomorrow. So, yeah, without any further ado, let's move on to the steered. Wait, I think yeah, fourth floor. I was like, wait, is it third floor or fourth floor? Because I'm in the third floor right now, and yes, it's probably the fourth floor. And we have the British Garage Part 2. Well, more like Exotic Garage Part 1, basically. So we are going from the Pariah all the way to the Vesti 8. So, speaking of which, we had the Pariah based off the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. And it's probably one of the most overpowered cars that ever came out for this game. Reason being is because for some reason it should have been a class of its own. In fact, they placed this car in the sport class, if I remember correctly. Hold on. Yeah, they placed this car in the sports, which is pretty weird to say the least. Up next, we have the Italian Gtb Custom, based off of the Liberty Walk 650S. And I actually do want to redo something like this sometime, because the one thing I want to redo is literally the color as well as the wheels, because the wheels are not bad. It's just that every time like I see someone actually gets the color I have on this car, I have to like change it right away. It's like, oh my god. I was like, man, I can't believe I let this dude literally just like, okay, well, time for the color change. Like, god dang, dude. All right, so yeah, Liberty Walk, it's quite obvious. Up next, we got the Emirates based off the McLaren Senna. And if I was wondering, yes, the splitter and the splitter and side diffuser is intentional. um, but yeah, I actually do like the way this looks. Here's the thing, I was about to paint this bright blue, but then I looked at everyone else's buildings, like, oh my god, everyone has a bright blue Senna. You know what? I'm gonna be unique. I'm going for a red Senna. Oh my god. Up next we probably have one of, if not the worst handling car that ever came out of one of the updates, which is the Ocelot Locust, a Lotus Story 11. It's probably my least favorite car to drive. It's for a really good reason. Well, yeah, nonetheless, I wasn't a big fan of this car, especially because here's the thing, it's a track tour, right? So how in the world is a regular car handled a lot better than this? Ay, ay, ay. Up next, we have the Ocelot Swinger, based off the XJ13 from Jaguar. And that's all I got. I apologize for that. Anyways, up next we got the XA21 from Ocelot, or the Jaguar CX-75 concept. Now, fun fact: in the same movie, well, not No Time to Die, Jaguar actually donated four of these cars and painted them orange, so that way it's like, that way it's not like the actual like original color. Because keep in mind that there were 40s that were blue, and then they repainted them orange. Sorry about that. Which was perfect. Up next, we have the Ocelot Cyclo. The Coil Cyclone, based off the Rimac 2 concept. or aka the vehicle that Richard Hammond actually crashed. No, wait, no, that was the Concept 1, if I remember correctly. Uh, Up next, we got the Lynx, based off of the Jaguar F-Type. The thing is that car looks cool, but apparently it's too slow and too expensive for it to be to actually cost that much. Up next, we have the the Dubachi Spectre, based off of the, like I said, the Aston Martin DB10. I should probably paint it silver at some point because I do like the blue. And last but not least, you got the Devastate, which is based off of the Devel 16, aka the car with the 5,000 horsepower claim, and hasn't been shown off since. Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to grab the electric car because we're going to the office garage. Now, before I talk some more, I'm gonna get a drink of water. Anyways. I was about to say, what the heck? Like, what kind of thing is that? Alright. Now, we're in the office garage. And this is probably gonna be the most diverse garage you probably ever gonna see in this garage tour alone. Alright, yeah, without further ado, let's go to the first floor, aka, well, this floor. This is 1A. So right off the bat, we were greeted with a Karakuruma, which is based out of the Mitsubishi Evo 10. And just like the Karakuruma, I did a Verilier red, along with black 6-spoke wheels. Now, fun fact: if you hadn't noticed in the previous update, this car was completely bulletproof, and the only way to actually destroy it, if someone's not on God mode, is to shoot the explosive out of the shoot the explosive out of the hand. And yeah, they'd be like, no, I don't want to die. It's like, alright, come on now. This way. Up now, it's got the Outlaw, based off of the I'm sorry guys, but I don't know my UTVs. But if I had to recall, I do believe this is based off of a Can-Am. I think that's what it's called, either Can-Am or Polaris. I can't remember. Yeah, this is a really confusing vehicle. Up next, we got the Intruder, which half of it is based off of the Infiniti Q45, and the other half being the IS30, which, and not to mention, there are some styling of Lexus LS in there somewhere. I just don't know where it is. But yeah, I legit made a VIP style vehicle, and this is probably not the only time that you probably will see a VIP style vehicle in this garage. Up next, another day one, aka my Karen Fudo, and also, if I was wondering, yes, the Picador was also my day one. But yeah, actually went with a carbon fiber hood, along with a two-tone a panda look, um, along with the roof spoiler with the roof spoiler with a regular wing. Um, Now, this is the body style I would prefer, but the difference being that I would prefer this along with pop-ups versus this with the fixed headlights, because I'm pretty sure that's probably that's another rare thing. It's literally like there are 4 styles that you can actually go for. You can either go with a coupe or a hatch, along with either a coupe 11, a hatch 11, a coupe Torino, or a hatch Torino. Either way, it actually looks. Either way, it's pretty much diverse. Up next, we got the Dingo Ballista Compact, which apparently is in the sports class for some reason, and that one is based on the 1980s CRX. Now I have seen CRXs, but it's not this variant. It's literally the 90s model. Up next, we got the Paragon Prayer. Prairie, I think that's what it's called. And this one's based off of the you won't believe what I say this, but this is based off of the Hyundai Tiburon. And I actually saw one that is literally parked right next to the right next, like across from the apartment complex, on the tire shop. So, yeah, kind of trying to make this like a Nissan Underground-esque type vehicle. Alright, now, this is probably going to be the most Sultanception thing you've probably ever seen. So we have Sultan RS Classic, Sultan RS, Sultan Classic, Sultan. Literally all 4 cars are here. All 4 cars are in here. So, without any further ado, let's start with the RS Classic, being based off of the 22B STI from Subaru. And yeah, it's pretty neat, to say the least. And like I did with the last one, actually trying to make this to an Evo. Okay, if it's there, you could probably do it, but still. Up next, get the Sultan RS, current Sultan RS, which is based off of a Lexus, guys, not an Evo nor a Subaru. But still, this is still Subaru either way. Okay, let me tell you this. The modifications, yes, the modifications are based off the Subaru and the Evo. But, in the end of the day, this thing is still a Lexus. But I don't know what model Lexus is a 2-door, which is quite odd. Up next, got the Karakuruma Classic. So this is quite the opposite of those two here, because right here is a full-on show car. So yeah, full car. Well, it's not full carbon, but it's still carbon wing with carbon roof, carbon roof spoiler, carbon hood, carbon splitter, and I trying to base mine off the Evo. I think it's the Evo. This is the Evo 6's front bumper, or Evo 5's. I can't remember. And also it's 4 doors, so so basically the family can actually join in on the fun. Well, unless they have a case of motion sickness, then just don't take them with you. Anyways, and last of the Sultans, we have just the original Sultan. Wine red with white wheels, and every single last option on this car that doesn't look ricey. There's no vehicle here because this used to be where the ZR350 is supposed to be. Wait, no. that's where the shoot, I do believe if I remember correctly, what car was here before? I remember now. This was where the Euros was before I actually had that car back to the really back to the not the dealership but in the auto shop. So we already did a review on that car specifically, but here we have the Nissan Gt-R. I try to make mine based off of the Gt-R from Fast 5. And it's probably not the most accurate that has been seen in a while. So okay, there's that. And last but not least, we have the My Boss Penumbra based off the 4th Gen Eclipse. And yeah, it's basically about it. Has on the literally the digital-esque type livery, and that's all the sponsors. Good old sponsors. As long as they make the car look good, then it's fine. Great. All right, now we're here. So yeah, first one on this floor is the Ignis LG Retro Custom, based off of half an R32 and half an R34, and as well as some parts of the R33, but still, in the end of the day, is this an R32? And I try to base mine on the Advent livery that was around that time, is by far the most, not the most accurate per se, but still, like while everyone's actually building either Leon's R33 or Brian's R34 or the Calisonic livery, I actually looked into a bit further, and I went with, well, what we have to this day, aka the R32 Advent livery. Alright, up next is the Ignis Remus, and you probably did not recognize it by the way it looks, but yeah, this is still the same Remus that I still have before. For those who are wondering what the heck happened to the vehicle, well, yeah, I decided to instead of like having the car being red all the time, I actually like I do actually like this color, which is probably one of the rarest color you probably will see on this car to this day, along with the Widebody, of course. But still, nonetheless, it's awesome, to say the least. It also has that SR20 in there, as well as the entire thing is gutted, and a Vapid Blade. That's basically it. Alright, up next, we have a Supra. We have a Mark IV Supra in a jewel jade green, and this is probably another rare color for the Supra, because normally people get them either white, red, silver, or black, sometimes blue, but jewel jade green and Ferrari black, literally those are the only two colors that has not been used for this car, which is quite honestly pretty weird. But still, cars these are coin enthusiasts, they usually go for the ones that makes it popular in the first place. Alright, up next we have the Honda Civic Type R, aka the Ballista Conjo, and yeah, I've yet to actually redo everything on the car. That also includes having a carbon fiber hood. Well, here's the thing. The reason why there's carbon in the first place it's because of me customizing it the way I wanted to, but unfortunately, it did not work as well. Next we have the Calco GTF based off of the Celica. I know one of my cousin's friend actually has one of these. But it's not like the GT4s. These the ones that we got in the US is literally like your standard front engine front wheel drive model, which is quite sad really, because we missed out on this. Okay, first and foremost, you end up got one in the US, which is not as bad. We missed out on the four-wheel drive and the giant turbos, and why in the world did we get the short end of the stick? All right, because we're the U.S. This is anyways. Up next, we got the Sugoi, and the Sugoi is based off of the 2018 Honda Civic, specifically the Type R, but you can also make it to a Civic Sport, a Civic Si, or the Civic LX. Either way, you can actually go either or. So I actually made mine instead of, well, I need to stop calling it a Civic Sport. It's basically, at this point, it's supposed to be an SI. Alright, who wants to see some muscle? Who wants to see some American muscle along with some American civilized cars? And guess what? They're all from Texas. I won't say you guys, but in all seriousness though, it actually is probably the most diverse the most diverse amount of cars I've ever seen in the same garage. So anyway, my goodness. Alright, so the first one we have is the classic Mamba based off the Shelby Cobra 427. In fact, you can actually get a replica of this, and I am not kidding when I say that. The only way to do it though is you probably gonna need a SN95 Ford Mustang. Keep in mind it has to have the V8, and they will literally strip the car, and they put everything together just to get your own 427. And keep in mind, you can actually tell which of these is the real Cobra when the other ones are replica. It's like, oh my god, this looks sick. It's like, wait a minute, I have a factory 5. I forget that mess. It's like, no, that's the reason why. It's like, no, it's the reason why I say not driven it. And it's like, okay, you basically just garage queen the cars at this point. Like, what in the world? Anyway, up next we have the Dominar Gtx based off of the S550 Ford Mustang, and I try to make mine, try and base mine out of the it's half of half basically. One half is the if I remember correctly, I think I do believe it's supposed to be the Mach 1, if I remember correctly. Half is supposed to be the Mach 1, the other one's supposed to be the GT350. Because of the spoiler and stuff. But still, it's still a S550 Mustang. Up next, we have the GB200, aka the Ford Escort. Not Escort, the Ford RS200. And this was probably the most dangerous vehicle to actually drive around in, because due to how small the car is, you can literally like hit something and you will literally flip. Like that's one thing for sure. But then again, it is a collector's item, and this is also Ken Block's dream car. So, gotta say, it actually kind of works. Up next, we got the Vapid Clique based off Rustom modded 1951 Ford. Specifically, it's the coupe, the 51 Coupe from Ford, and that's about it. Up next, we have the Vapid FMJ, which is based off of the 2017 Ford GT. I've done nothing to it except painting it blue because the debut car was blue, and actually wanted one of these in a while, so that's that. And last but not least, got the Vapid Blade based off of the 1960s. I do believe this is a Thunderbird, if I remember correctly. Either that or a Fairlane. Keep in mind, I don't know my Fords that much. I do know my Chevys, but I just don't know my Fords. And keep in mind, I'm a JDM type of person. Speaking of which, we have the GM section. So this one, so the bottom four is Ford Motor Company. This is General Motors, and then up there you probably would have guessed it already, but there's also that. Anyways, the first vehicle we're going to be taking a look at is the Vamos, based off of the 1968 Chevrolet Nova, with the possibly the most iconic look, that and the 67. But still, the 68 all the way to 1974 is probably the most iconic of them all. Dear Lord, what in the world happened to this car? Anyway, up next got the Vigero, based off the 69 Camaro. And nothing has been done to it. I think the only thing that's been done to it is lowering it and then put Camaro-esque wheels. Up next we have the Chevrolet Chevelle, aka the classic Tulip. And this is what I mean by probably the weirdest muscle car to actually added to the game, because this is probably a rare model, but this is based off of the Chevelle Malibu. For those who don't know what the Chevelle Malibu is, it's basically a special trim of the Chevelle where it actually, instead of 2 doors, it came with 4 doors. And it didn't do so well. In fact, no one bought the 4-door model of this car, which is quite sad, really, because even though a lot of people prefer the coupe model, which, I mean, then again, they're not wrong. The sedan model is just as unique. But still, there's that. Up next, got the Yosemite, based off of a bagged Chevrolet C10 pickup. And this thing is legit resto modded to the moon. And that's basically it. Up next, we have the Cavalcade, based off of the Cadillac Escalade from Midnight Club 3. And for those wondering, yes, I have changed the wheels to reflect this, so there's that. And fun fact, this sound system was before Benny's was even a thing. Like, everyone was looking for this truck. Oh my god. Excuse me. Alright, up next we have the Albany VST-R, based off of the Cadillac CTS-V. And fun fact, it wasn't a CTS-V, but I did get set in a CTS. And unfortunately, it wasn't the V8, it was the V6. But my goodness, that thing moves. Like, no joke. And last but not least, we have the Chevrolet Corvette C8, aka the Inventuro Coquette D10. I did like this car. I really do like this car. And I actually do like the pearlescent hat on this car as well. I guessing that's about it for this. Oh, and also there is also, for those wondering, the gray lowrider that was in the That's in the basically in the nightclub garage. That was a Impala. There's that. Speaking of boats, we have the Bravado Buffalo based off the '06 Dodge Charger, which is by far everyone's least favorite variant of the Buffalo. I just grab it just because. Anyways, up next we have the Gauntlet Classic Custom, and they did this car dirty. I'm sorry, but they legit did this car dirty. Apparently, it's supposed to be based off of the Chevrolet, not Chevrolet, this is supposed to be based off of the Dodge Charger Daytona slash Plymouth Superbird. I can see it's kind of both, but the roof and the styling is all Challenger, so it's probably the weirdest one of them all. Up next, we have the Shyster Deviant, which is based off of the Defiant, aka the 1972 AMC Javelin. Man, I haven't heard of those guys in years. Also, I saw one before COVID actually happened. So it was like one of the coolest things I ever saw so far. And the thing is, my sister thought it was a Mustang, and I'm like, wait a minute, no, that's not a Mustang. That's a AMC Javelin. Mustangs actually had two headlights. The Deviant the Javelin on the other hand has one set of headlights. That's basically it. Let's get the Buffalo S, based off the 2012 Dodge Charger, which the car just keeps getting better and better and better. Up next we got basically the Sliding King, or the Swinging King, aka the Gauntlet Hellfighter. Hellfighter? I meant Hellfire. Basically, long story short, this is probably the most sought after car in this entire game. But the reason why I call it the Swing King is because, I kid you not, every time I do something that involves rapping, I am swinging this car to the moon. Like, no joke. Next got the Free Color. I do believe this is based off of a concept car for Jeep. And then we got the Camacho based on the Gladiator. So yeah, this entire floor is the Chrysler Corporation. The second floor is General Motors Corporation, and last but certainly not least, the bottom floor is very quickly. This is the Ford Motor Company. That's basically what it is. Now going to the Office Garage 3. Man. What time is it? 8:09. Alright. Alright. So we have the Euro Garage. And I'm going to butcher a whole bunch of names for these cars. So don't judge me if I actually butcher the absolute mess out of their names. But before we do anything else, I need water. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so we're going from... okay. So we went this way twice. So we're going this way first. Alright, so first things first, we have the Visor Neo, or the Visor Neo. And this is the only vehicle that actually has this brand. And for those who don't know, Visor is based off of Spiker. And Spiker is a Dutch company, and you can find their vehicles in... Anyway, you can find their vehicles in many test drive games that also include that will also include the Unlimited series. Hopefully it's in Solo Crown, because I could possibly add another tally of another vehicle, of a vehicle that actually came with this vehicle. That's the game that came with this vehicle specifically. Up next, we have the Paragon R, based off of the newer, it's all the newer Bentley Continentals, specifically the Continental Gt, which I actually don't mind. So there's that. Anyways, we have a whiteout Bentley. Basically, I do believe this is the Silver Cloud. I can't remember. I know it's not a Continental, because the Continental would have been 4-door. Let's not see though. The Continental would have been 2-door, not 4-door. Well, I don't know what this is based off of, but it could be one of those where it's like, okay, it's interesting. Up next, we have the Windsor Drop, based off of the, well, basically specifically, this is a blacked out, blacked out Windsor Drop, based off the Rolls Royce, I think it's called a Rolls Royce Dawn, if I remember correctly. Either Rolls Royce Dawn or Rolls Royce Wraith, but I don't know what it's based on, but it's probably one of the two. Speaking of Silver Cloud, we have another Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce Silver Cloud to be specific. But in this game, is known as the Innis Stafford. Well, this one's the Windsor Drop. Man, now, was I wondering, why is Bentley and Rolls Royce have the same brand in GTA? Well, it's because back then it was a thing. Like, if it's a Bentley, then it might have Rolls Royce money, but if it's a Rolls Royce, it might have Bentley's money. So there's that. Anyways, I started on this because of Bugatti Zorusso, based off the Zero Uno, and you can actually have these with the turbos attached to the back. Speaking of which, up next we have the German garage, the German section. Well, that as well as Swedish and Italian. Alright, so the first one being the Audi R8, aka the Albany F. Now, I do wish there was a new variant of this car, because I do like the first gen, I do. But the second gen actually fits this style a lot more. Up next, we have the Albany F Drafter, which is based off of too many vehicles, first and foremost. Alright, first off, the front end is based off of the Ford Falcon. The side venting, that mess is M4. The body style is Audi A5 / RS5 / S5. The bumper, that's also the bumper, that's also M4. And yeah, it's just a mixture of vehicles. Like, what the heck is wrong? What the heck is going on over here? Alright, up next, we got the Obey tailgater. Like I said, this is based off of the S5. And that's why the A6, S6, RS6. Not the Advent variant though, but still, no, it's pretty cool. Not for the RS3 though, but still, that's the point. Up next, we got the Rakoto. This one has not been shared yet, but it's been in the garage for a while, so they tell you will. This is based off of the Audi Q7 or Q5 or Q3. Definitely Q5. This is why I'm like, wait a minute, that makes no sense. Why would be called Q7 if it's like not as big as it's a Q3 and it's not as small? It's a Q5, I think is what it's called. Last but not least, in terms of Audis, we have the Omnis based off of the Audi Quattro Pikes Peak. Speaking of which, I'm actually which I might do a Q&A not soon, but by the time GT7 comes out, I probably would do a Q&A on how it is. Up next, we have the Volcar Nebula Turbo, and this is based off of the Volvo 240. And you can actually the most interesting thing about it is the hood, because you can have a single turbo, which is a 2J swap, or twin turbos, which is V8 swapped. And neither of them sound like they doesn't sound like they represent engine for the most part. Last but not least, you got the Nabadai Komoda based off of the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. That is a mouthful. And not gonna lie, it's not even that long. Like, if you want to know the king of longest names of them all, definitely goes to Dodge. My goodness. And now we're now with the Italians. Okay. Yep, this is definitely Italians. Alright, so we have the Infernus Classic based off the Lamborghini Diablo, the Terrell based off the Lamborghini Countach. Specifically, this is the one on Wolf of Wall Street. Next, we have a murdered out Hoyra. We got a Bugatti Reaper that looks like a Hypersport. We have another murdered out car, a murdered out Urus. In this game it's called the Taurus, but still, black on black. And the car has red headlights, believe it or not. Up next, we have the Tempesta, based on the Lamborghini Huracan. I'll try to make mine to look like a Buffamonte, or an STO, but it looks like it doesn't work. So, yeah. Last but not least, we have the Lamborghini Tigan, based off of the De Tomaso P72. Alright, so that's everything in the... Oh, Jesus, and it's raining. So, I'll probably go grab my R8 in case, because I don't feel like actually driving out in the wet. Alright, so we are almost there. Oh, jeez. Ugh. I think all I have to do is go through the apartments. and then I'll probably will end the stream from there.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
Yep, the first one is gonna be Eclipse Towers.
Aight, I'll get back to work.
Leave me alone, Martin. Alright. Oh god. Here, righty then. Alright, we pull up in the Eclipse Towers. Alright, let's see. If I remember correctly, this is probably the Ferrari Garage. Oh jeez. Yep, this is definitely, well, it's not entirely a Ferrari Garage because there is a Battista right there and a Fiat right there. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't fit. Anyway, we're going from the back all the way to up here. So, the first one we're going to take a look at is this, the Grotti GTO. Now, for those that wonder what this is based on, this is based off of the 812 Superfast. Totally not getting season 6 because I did this to the car. And for those that wondering, yes, I still have not haven't reverted this car back to the way it was, which is quite off-putting to say the least. Up next, we have the Grotti Turismo Classic. This is based off the Ferrari F40, which I kind of surprised we didn't have a F50 in this game yet, which is quite awe-inspiring. Up next, we have the Grotti Cheetah Classic, based off of the Ferrari Testarossa, and yeah, that's basically it. Up next, we have the Grotti Turismo R. This is based off of the Ferrari LaFerrari, which is probably the strangest name they actually come up with in the entirety of this game. So, up next we have the BC GTS based off the Ferrari FF and the GTC Lusso, which is Ferrari's first ever attempt to actually make a hatch into a Ferrari. Let's see, no, wait, not a hatch to a Ferrari. They're probably trying to make a Ferrari into a hatchback. And it kind of worked, I think. Okay, let me see here. No, I don't want to. Let me out. Thank you. Alright, so it also has back seats that no one's gonna fit in. Let's be honest. Up next, we have the Vision. The Grotti Vision, which is a custom car for Ferrari, as well as parts of it being the P1 GT-R. That's not bad. Up next, we have the Grotti Italian RS. Wait, there are two Italians? Wait, no, there's three, because there's Persian Italian GTB, that being a McLaren 650S or 570S with a bike kit from the from the 650S. There's the GTO, and this is the RSX. Oh, I wonder what Italy. I wonder what Italy is before then. But for now, I just call it that slide. Up next, we got the Grotti Brioso 300. Oh, that's right. This is a Grotti. This is a Grotti Garage. This is based off of the Fiat 500. And yeah, that's basically it. Up next, we have the Grotti Furia, based off of the Batista. And that's about it. Last but not least, we got a Comet S2 based off of the Ferrari California. Now, for those wondering, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. What is this one? What is this car based off of the F-Turbo Lanetta? For me, it looks like a it looks like a Ferrari California to me. I don't know. It's probably due to the fact that it's probably the fact that I'm used to, like, oh, okay, it's a Ferrari California. It makes sense. But my goodness, they made that thing into a grand tour of all things. But still, nonetheless, it's interesting at least. Oh, great! I probably have to look at the garage list again. For mechanic, it's like, will you stop calling me while I'm working on the vehicle? It's like, well, you're not servicing my car, so.
You need something, huh?
What is that?
Let me know.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna go to the clubhouse, but we're not gonna get a bike out of there.
I'll get back to it then.
Hey, oh my god, okay. But hey, at least it's not snow where that mess is on there for like at least an hour, well, not an hour, well, for the most part, at least until like the winter time is over. I can tell already they're gonna pull in the same prank where they literally just like, oh yeah, here you go, got some snow. It's like, no, we don't want snow, we want something else. Give us something else, please. Right. Okay. Now, you might have noticed a lack of a Rising Sun flat bike. It's because I sold it. It's literally just because I sold it. Due to the fact that that I legit wanted to get the Shinobi, but the Shinobi just costs too much. It's literally this, but with a Kawasaki theme to it. All right, so yeah. So long story short, plenty of choppers and plenty of sports bikes as well. As well as a dirt bike that's right in the back, but that's the point. So the first one we have the Western Night Blade. This is probably okay. I'm gonna fail this so miserably. I do believe this is based off of the Iron 883. I don't know. It's because it literally I don't know if it just looks like it, but still, nonetheless, it's probably one of my, because apparently according to this game, this is probably one of my favorite bikes. Alright, up next we have the body off of the LCC Sanctus, based off the bike from Ghost Rider. Next we got the Dinka Veris, and this is based off of the I do believe this is a Polaris. I'm not too sure what this is based on, but I do believe this is a what's that called? I do believe this is a um I think it's the Polaris. I think it's the Polaris. Alright. Next got the Shotaro based off of the Tron bike. The Principe Electro, aka it's not a Ducati Monster, because this is a different vehicle entirely. Unless it's a so Principe, I do believe it's Triumph. I can't remember. Up next, the Sovereign, based off of either the Harley Davidson Fat Boy or the Harley Davidson Knucklehead, because I know it's not a glide of sort. And on a certain least, you got the Maibutsu Sanchez, based off of, I kid you not, a Kawasaki KZ450F, which is a code for a full-on dirt bike. I guess it's still raining. I'll be surprised if it's not raining anymore. Oh jeez. No, it's... What the heck? Guys, we have a shine shower. What in the world? Also, did not know what a shine shower is. Think of it as it's raining, but instead of clouds, it's the sun. That is a weird thing of how to describe things. Alright. Now we can get back to the apartment. So first, that one was like next to the apartment that I brought out the juggler earlier. So keep in mind that the vehicles that I'm going to show you guys are all in the same area. The only difference being is that well, unlike the Eclipse Towers, which is still in the city, every single house I own that has a 10-car garage is from the hills, aka the valleys. Oh my god. Alright, so we're almost there. Ow. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, hold on. Before I do anything else, let me just take the chat off real quick. Okay, there we go. Oh man, I can't even go through it. Oh. Alrighty then. For Ferrari, hopefully no one tried to steal it. I've had to call Johnny so they can actually return the car. Alright, so before anything else, let me just return the vehicle back to storage. Alright, so we're going to be starting off with the special Comets because, well, one, Comet's literally just a model. And then in terms of the Comets are all special. So, without further ado, we're going from left to right. Not left to right, we're just going from all left and then we're going all right for this one. So, yeah, let's start off with the first ever special Comet. This is a Comet Retro Custom. This is based off, of course, the RWB Porsche 911 993/964. And it's actually one of the coolest things I've ever done to this car. And this car went through plenty of colors before this. So at one point it was black, like gloss black, it was white, it was red, it was green, it was matte black, it was matte pearl white, and last but certainly not least, it is now also it was also diamond blue, but it actually now settled with a dark purple, or at least I think this is a midnight purple with a salmon pink pearlescent, or it might be Fister pink because I don't know. Anyway, up next we have the Comet S2, and this is based off of a RWB an RWB Golf RWB Golf 911 GT 2, well, not 1911 GT2. This is basically long story short, this is basically a customized RWB with the Porsche 935 front end conversion. So literally it's like, okay, so there no headlights, bumper and fog lights only. Like I said, it doesn't bother me as much as it used to, but it's probably because how really good this thing looks. For many people, this is probably the most rice car, but it's my car. I can do whatever I want with the car. Just don't roast me in the comments, please. I appreciate it. The only thing I wish I would have taken out is the bumper, but it's mainly the fact that unfortunately this car doesn't have any place on it, because I actually took them off in the first instant I got it. Still, yeah, nonetheless, I actually do love this livery. Next we have the S2 Cabrio, based off of the 992 Cabrio. And guess what? It's this, but with less customization. And along with the RWB plate, Comet S2C, and that's basically it. Yep, that's basically it. Everything else is the same. So there's that. Anyways, next we got the Comet Safari, which is based off of a off-roading variant of the Porsche 935, mixed with an off-roading version of the Porsche 930, and that's basically it. And last but not least, got the Comet SR, which is based off the 911 GT2 RS, and I actually did with a 911 and I actually made a 911 RS, not a GT, not a GT2 or GT3 or a 911 Turbo variant of this. It's literally just a 911 RS. Okay, so now we got the Comets out of the way. We're going with the individual models now. So let's start with the Growler. The Growler is a the Growler is actually one of the cars I didn't expect myself to actually like. For those that do not know, this is based off of the Porsche Cayman 718 GT4. Or wait, I got that reversed. It's based off of the Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 or GTS, depending on who you ask. But still, it's probably one of the many cars that I do wish it was a wide body, just because of the way the car looks. And I also wish this car has like a chassis mounted wing. I don't know if that's extra too much, but still. But if it had like the secondary trimming, which I don't mind as much, but still, I do like this trifecta. I got dark gray, carbon, and light, like neon yellow. Oh, neon green. It depends. Up next, we have the Pfister 811. This is basically a Porsche 918. This actually is one of the cars actually driven a lot that I used to own. Now now I still actually here's the thing. My first one was teal green. This is probably my second 811 I owned. Up next we have the Neon, which is based off of the based on the Emissions E, which in that time skip, it has turned into a Taycan, which you could probably check out the photos I had in Instagram just by clicking on the about page, and you probably will see what I mean. Up next, we got the Pfister Astron, based off of the Porsche Macan Turbo. I do wish it was a Cayenne. Still, it's interesting. And let's find out at least got a Comet, which has literally nothing done to it. But what I do know is the fact that wait, no, actually, I driven an electric car from somewhere, so we're gonna be taking the big wing. We're taking our pilot license first and foremost, and the rain has finally stopped. Okay. Yeah, alrighty then. Because I know that one is new. So we probably have to go to the other side of here, actually.
You're through to your garage. You need me to bring you a
Yep,
ride?
North
I'll
Conquer.
get back to
Okay.
work.
And it is all the way, all the way where the casino is, which is awesome. Okay, there we go. Well, they ain't here to be that rude. Now, the reason for the extra lights, like the bumper light and the fog light, is so that way I can actually see. Alright. Alright, up next we have my hood garage. Now for those who are wondering, why hood specifically? Well, long story short, yeah, you probably will see, if you have watched any rap music video, well, before everything was all exotics and dodges and stuff, you probably will see trucks, lowriders, donks, as well as custom cars, basically. Um, so anyway, so instead of like going from the front, you're gonna do the same thing as the Porsche garage, but instead it's gonna be the opposite. So we're going from the back to the left, because keep in mind, I did things to your right specifically. So yeah, left side, right side. So yeah, I did the right side first before I did the left side. So now we're gonna do the left side first because I did this side first in the last one. So first off, we have the Duster 6x6. Nothing has been done to it. Well, unfortunately, they actually took out the jingles, which is God thing. I do wish they actually kept that all year round. Up next, we got the Virgo. This is okay. Hold on. Before anything else, this is based off of the G-Wagon 6x6, and then we have now a Virgo, which is based off the 70 Eldorado. Which, fun fact, the Eldorado well, specifically the 70s model was front-wheel drive, making that car the first ever front-wheel drive car that was ever produced in America. So more likely when you tell them, I was like, man, front-wheel drive is for losers. Like, okay, first and foremost, America actually built the Eldorado, which around that time in the 1970s was front-wheel drive. So who is a loser, by the way? Which absolutely makes no sense. All right. Up next, we have the Classic Saber Turbo Custom, and if you remember last time, this car was red and green. Now it is crew black with some pinstriping along with the white striped, or the white strip all over not all over, but white striped on the wheel. A plaque. Black and white seats, and that's basically it. Along with some Daytons, you can't go over some Daytons. Up next, we have the Rancher XL, based off of the Chevrolet Blazer, which is by far the most interesting one of them all. The fact that out of all the vehicles I've used, I had never owned this specific truck. Like, I tried to get one of these, but unfortunately, it keeps on like, okay. My God. Sorry. Up next, we got the Chino Custom, which is based off of the 64, and I kid you not, a 1964 Lincoln Continental Coupe, which I don't believe made a coupe that year. I do believe it's the sedan that's over there. Alright, now going to move all the way back. Up next, we have the Albany Airport, aka DCA's least favorite vehicle, due to the fact that every time he tries to get a vehicle, it ends up getting an Airport, which is quite unfortunate, but if you know what you're doing, you can actually make this car look clean. Now, I tried lowering, here's the thing, I did lower mine before, but my goodness, it was probably the most interesting And of course, trade. No, I don't trade cars. That's one thing for sure. That's one thing I don't do. I'll trade cars. Um, I like to keep mines as I like to keep mines as original as possible. So there's that. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I did mine like this because obviously this actually was inspired by the donk scene in the southern part of the U.S. Specifically it's basically the dirty South, basically New Orleans, New Orleans, Atlanta, Miami, any of the area, any part of the U.S. that's donk based. That's basically what this is inspired by. But unfortunately, the wheels aren't big enough, which I'm not gonna trade cars for, which that absolutely makes no sense, because there already is a donk in this game, and I actually do miss that thing so much. Up next, we got the Albany Buccaneer, and this is based off of the 1963/64. Wait, no, this is the 64. My bad. This is a 64 Buccaneer, not Buccaneer, the 64 Big Riviera slash Pontiac Pontiac Grand Prix, and this was before they decided to make the Grand Prix look like a Sylvia, which is probably the weirdest thing of them all. So yeah, this thing is resto modded to say the least. Next we have the Class A Continental Custom based off of the 67/68 Bel Air. And yeah, it looks. And actually, I actually do like the way this vehicle looks. If there's one thing I wish that we can actually have as an option, is the fact that I do wish we have like not a soft top, but like a hard top variant of this car, because I don't mind. I don't mind a convertible Bel Air, of course, but it's just the consistency of having one vehicle versus another vehicle at the same time is usually one thing that I usually do. Up next, got the Cavalcade. This is obviously based off of the 2012 Cadillac Escalade. And yeah, nothing has been done to it because I just bought it and I like it to look like this. And last but certainly not least, we have the Dundee Virgo Classic Custom, and this was before this became an Albany, which is really weird. Because here's the thing. That's a Virgo, and this is an Albany Virgo. On the other hand, this is a Dundee Virgo Classic Custom. This is literally an old version of this, which that absolutely makes no sense. Alright, so now, what vehicles do we have? Okay, so in terms of which apartments we have left, I probably have to look at the mechanic to see what cars are left. There you go.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot.
GTA is great at not making sense. Oh my god. Alright, so this one was North Conquer Avenue. Alright, so Alta Street, I do believe is in the city. Wait, no, actually no. Those two are near each other. So, I could just, like, drive to one of these. And I'm probably gonna do the Alta anyway,
I'll
because...
get back to it then.
Why not? So we're basically almost done. I just need to do 3 more apartments, and yeah, that's basically it. My goodness, this is probably now. Fun fact. I actually want to restore a Bel Air, not as a gasser or like a lowrider. No, I want to actually restore it so it can be so I can actually cruise the absolute mess out of it. If I can, hold on. There we go. All right. So there are two. Yeah, there are two apartments that are literally down the street from each other. Okay, so we're not Alta, which is which for those that know is oh jeez, oh god, okay, we're good. I legit almost flipped this car over. Oh my goodness. Alright. Three-wheel motion gone wrong. Oh jeez! Oh no, God dang it. Okay. I know the paint could be fixed, but Jesus Christ, not the windshield. Okay, so okay, that one's wait, hold on. If I remember correctly, okay, yeah, this is right next to the bank, and then the other one is right here. So that one, okay, that one's pillbox. Jesus, which one is which actually? Oh yeah, like this will absolutely have two. Wait, actually, hold on. Let me make sure I got both of them correctly, because I don't know which one's which. Because I know one of those is half and half. The other one is a full Benz garage. Or, long story short, a garage full of Benzes.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
Okay, so there's Integrity and Alta. So, yeah, Alta is definitely the one with the
Okay,
Benzes.
I got stuff to do.
I think this is it. And I'm also missing a headlight. Poor Bel Air. Anyways. Oh my god. Alright. We finally are in the house of Benzes. And not to mention, there are literally so many Benzes that it hurts. Anyways. Oh, excuse me. Alright. So, let's get started. We're going all the way from the back. Wait, no, actually no. I'm gonna do the same thing but with but instead of like going all the way back and going from side to side, we're going from the front and then going from side to side. So, eeny, meeny, miny, Benz. Anyways, we have the Shafter, which is still not insured. I still don't know why I haven't insured this yet. Based off easily the E60, not E60, yeah, basically the E-Class Benzes. They're not, well, it's probably not their best Benz looking, though, not the best looking, but it has its appeal. Like it's like literally, it's like a daily. Basically, you have like like it's like, okay, hold on, I like this one, but I like that one because that's a daily. That one's literally just a show vehicle. Speaking of show vehicles, up next we have you have another Dubster, but this is the Dubster 2. Now for those who do not know, the Dubster 2, you can only get it if you actually have this specific vehicle, and it spawns. It can spawn in two ways. Well, by two ways I mean it only spawns in two colors: gold and chrome. And mine actually turns out to be gold. I do believe. Yeah, that was chrome, but still, nonetheless, if it's chrome, it's chrome. It's nothing I can do about it. Not to mention, there are others being that it is fully blacked out. So especially the wheels. Oh my goodness, I do like the wheels on this. And has some blacked out badging, and it's on the side instead of like obviously in your face for some reason. Wait, no, actually, okay, let me. So, alright, so I'm going to skip down because I already reviewed that one. Up next, we have the Krieger, based off of the AMG Project 1. Now, the thing is, I'm going to try my best and remaking the one for Forza Horizon 5, because since this car is the official cover car for Forza Horizon 5, I'm wondering if there's gonna be. I wonder if there's like I wonder if there's gonna be an exact livery for this, because I really want to I actually wanted to create the AMG Project 1 cover car for, well, this game specifically. Up next, we have the BR9, probably the fastest. What was I saying? Oh yeah, basically, long story short, this is probably the fastest. I'm at the fastest F1 car that actually has ever came out of both DLCs that involved the casino. Anyway, up next we have the Schwarzer, which is literally a two-door version of this, but this sounds better. This is, like, I kid you not, this car legit sounds a lot better than the stock model of that. Well, unless you're counting the V12, which that mess never gets old. Anyways, so this is based off of the E63 Coupe, I think it's what it's called. But it can also be mistaken for a C63 AMG or a newer CLK 500. So take a look. It's probably the most interesting thing I've seen for some time now. There's that. Anyway, up next we have the Sterling GT, based off of the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. And this is actually the first ever vehicle that actually had the pop and crackles. Not only that, but it also opens like this. Like you literally have to reach down just so you can actually open the door. And yeah, going doors. That's a thing. Oh my goodness. Wait, can I crouch? Okay, I can look back. Oh, I can't crouch. Oh well. This is like, but man, that looks sick. Alright. Up next, we have, okay, so we have the Serrano. Now, not to be mistaken with the other Serrano. I think this one's uninsured. I have 4 uninsured vehicles, which is legit pretty funny, to say the least. And yeah, I actually do want to get this vehicle because this is actually the most customizable SUV. It's not an SUV per se. It's more of a crossover. But if there's one Benz that I will probably replace this with, it'll definitely be the GL. I think it's called the GL 500, and that is that big old SUV. It's bigger. Keep in mind, this is bigger than this. I kid you not. It's bigger. It's bigger than the G wagon, and yeah, it's weird. It's not just weird. It actually is pretty funny to say the least. Alright, up next we have the V12 version of the Chapter, which is probably really cool to say the least. You know, and with the live stream, we're almost done with the live stream. We just need to do two more garages, because they're basically both next to each other. You make a game on. Give me a bit. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah. But the thing is, so I'm not gonna be able to like. I'm not gonna be on GTA for that much longer, because I actually just got done recording the video, and I literally gonna end the live stream pretty soon, because all I'm doing is a garage tour, so it's not like a another thing entirely. But what else was I saying? Oh yeah, Chapter V12. It's basically the regular Chapter on steroids. In fact, this is probably the best budget sports car, as well as sedan, that you can actually get for this specific pricing. Up next, we have the Filter, which is the first ever wide body Mercedes-Benz that we ever had. Now, for those wondering, the Filter is based off of the Mercedes-Benz SL65 Black Series. Something tells me. So let's just jump a bit. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Let me check what the other message was. Because it's like, okay, it shows 43 and then 44. Something tells me it's gonna be a bot. Yep, it's a bot. What in the world? Right. Alright, now what was I saying? Oh yeah. Up next we have the Stallion GT, aka the Mercedes AMG GT / AMG Gt-R / AMG GTS / AMG GT3 oh my god, you can literally make this car to anything. It's basically what it is. Wait, no, actually no, I have a better idea. Instead of this, we're going to take the G-Wagon. Well, like I said, if I were to replace the not GLE, the Serrano with something, it'll probably be the GL 500, which is well, it's not just any GL. It's gonna be a GL 550 AMG. Oh yeah, actually yeah, this is chrome. I literally just realized this. It's like, wait a minute, this is chrome. This is because that's like that strange hue in it. All right. And I say not that way. Here's the thing: the apartments may be like down the street from each other, but The garages on the other hand are pretty different spots, of course. Anyways, we're in the St. Last garage, which is by far the most expensive looking one of them all. And they actually fit for some reason. Alright, so we're either going to take True Fade or Flat Tyrant. In fact, can I actually, well, let me do, I wonder if I can do a poll for this, because I don't know how that works. Okay. Hold on, I just need to look at something real quick. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me try this. Hold on. Okay. Oh guys, give me a moment. I'm still trying to work this out. Hold on. I know it's taking a little bit longer than usual, but hey. Okay, so I can actually make let's find a lot of, okay. Alright, just give me okay, I'm already like trying to do oh god dang it. Okay. This is well, that's kind of unfortunate because because I was like, okay, I wonder if I can create a poll on this, but unfortunately I can't because, well, because my computer is, unfortunately, it's not down, it's just off for the most part. But yeah, I'm going to do I'm going to actually you know what, we're going with Overflod first. So we have the Overflod Tyrant based off of the Apollo IE. And believe it or not, this is probably the biggest supercar that actually came out with one of the updates, because this is literally one of the biggest vehicles that ever came out with. Wait, actually, yeah, hold on. Let me see what update this car came out in. Legendary Motorsport. Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, there we go. San Andreas Super Sport Series. I'm sorry, but what the heck is wrong with these people? The tire is literally the okay, yeah. There's no wonder why. It's because it's literally it's called the San Andreas Super Series, which is pretty weird. Up next, we have the Ultra Flawed E Morgan, which I do believe is based off of another Apollo. Right? I think that's what it's called. I forgot what it was, but it was the funny thing is that this car is electric in this game, but the actual real life car is a hybrid. Wait, no. Either that or it's basically the opposite, but still, nonetheless, it's pretty funny. Up next, if we overfly All-Touch, which I do believe is not a European vehicle. I do believe it's American. I do believe from my correct it's based on the O3S. I think that's what it's called. Up next, we have the only overflies that are Koenigseggs. So literally, you got the CC. Well, I do believe this is a CCX, and then the NCXSR is the Agera. So let's get started on both of them. So literally, overfly Entity XF, the CCX. Really cool looking car. And this is probably another vehicle that you probably will see in a garage that actually have now full of supercars. This will be among one of them. Up next, we have the NZXSR, based off of the newer Agera, specifically the Agera R or the regular Agera. It depends on you. Anyway, up next we got Bugatti. Now, Bugatti, how do I say it? Bugatti has always been one of those cars that actually came out, Bugatti. Okay, so when it comes to Truffade, first there was 2, then there's 4, now I think there's 6 now, if I remember correctly. So if I do, let's start with the back. So the back, so we have the Truffade Nero Custom, based off of the Bugatti VGT, and it is by far my most used vehicle for doing the time trials. And I kid you not, it is literally the funniest thing I've ever done so far. It's like, oh, okay, could easily just, do the race, and yeah, usually I made it in time, but depending on if I'm doing this in the public session, which I will probably not do, it gets interesting. Up next, we have the Truffade Thrax, based off of the Bugatti Divo, blue carbon fiber accents, and that's about it. The crazy part is the fact that the color of the car actually also changes the badging on the wheel, and I do believe that usually those came like that, and not to mention fun fact, this was also the first ever podium vehicle that was in the game, which is pretty insane. That you can actually win one of the most expensive cars on day 1, which is by far the craziest thing that ever has happened to this game. Up next, we have the Truffade Nero, which is based off of the Bugatti Chiron, white on white. Basically, it's a Post Malone spec Bugatti Chiron, and I do believe that's about it. On the opposite direction, we have the Truffade Adder, and that one is based off of the Bugatti Veyron. It's not just any Bugatti Veyron. Specifically, this is the final the basically it's the okay. This is gonna be a really long name to say, so I'm try my best not to butcher it. This is a Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Grand Sport Vitesse Special Edition. Well, Final Edition, to say the least. And yeah, the only difference being that it is black on dark red, to say the least. Okay. And it could be the fastest, but we got flying tanks go 1,000 horsepower. Doesn't plus instead. I wish that would. I wish this game would stop trying to be like Saints Row. Like, come on now. Saints Row is literally like a. It's literally a competitor, not a copy. Like, what the heck? Alright. Now, last but certainly not least, we have, well, the second oldest car in the entire game. Because if you think about it, the most oldest being is the Hustler. But we have the Gtb Z-Type. And this is based off of the Bugatti Type 57 Atlantic. And yeah, long story short, this is probably the most expensive car in single player, costing around $10 million. And there's only 10 of them. Which is probably the funniest thing that I ever heard. Like, who in the world has ever heard of a $10 million Bugatti? Even though majority of the Ferraris that came around that year was more than 30 mil. Alright, last but certainly not least, we're on our way to my first ever apartment because that is where we're going to end it. Oh my god. What the? Like, don't tell me just messing like that. Like, dude, this car is worth more than your life. What in the world? It may not be $10 million, but it's different. Like, it is an entirely different vehicle. If you know what you're doing, of course. I mean, then again, it is kind of true, due to the fact that the car itself is worth more than an entire mansion. Wait, no, actually, no. This is the wrong spot. Hold on. This is probably the longest car to actually park. All right. Last but certainly not least, not at a stupid typo. Ah, okay. This culture truly is insane. It is. And last but certainly not least, we have some Beamers. And not just any Beamers. We have 10 Beamers. And before I do anything else, let me turn the chat back on. So that way, and actually work. Right. So for the most part, we always see. So obviously I'm gonna be going through the tall, dark, and gruesome section, and then we're going with the the colored section, of course. Basically white, blue, red, silver, I think. I don't know, and then there's white on white. Anyways, we have my budget Ubermax Sentinel XS. This is obviously based off of the 335i, and specifically this is supposed to be the E92. So I do wish this thing had a V8, but still inline-6 still works. I mean, technically, but still, I do love me some V8s. Now the reason why I say it is supposed to be my budget car is because when it comes to like DCA's DCA's car meet, um, like easily the cars were like, okay, you can actually, and keep in mind you usually have like a certain budget, and the budget was 300,000, so I ended up getting this. Plus I actually fully upgraded the car and actually had a little bit left, so there's that. Alright, last one. That's last one, nice. Up next, I have the still not insured Oracle XS. Now, here's the thing. I did try my best to actually recreate the car from, I kid you not, the Transporter movie, which is by far what got me to European cars in the first place. Because not only that there are insane changes with a BMW, but man, the cars look really clean in that movie. Like, no joke. Alright, up next we have an identity crisis mobile over here, because it's a Ubermacht with I'm sorry, hold on. Let me just grab my phone. Go to Static. Is that a Fister logo? Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. This thing is a full. Okay, here's a. This thing is an identity crisis. The reason being because it looks like a Cadillac, but it has a badging of a BMW, and it's even called the Ubermacht Revolver, but it also has a Fister badge. Jesus Christ, Rockstar, what were you thinking? Let's not scratch that. Not what were you thinking. What were you on when it comes to making this car? Like, come on. Like, you could have at least made this an Albany, which, in my opinion, would make a lot more sense than a full-on BMW, but, I mean, then again, I'm not the one making the cars. GTA is. Anyways, up next we got the Rebla GTS, based off of the newer BMW X5. Fun fact, I actually sat in the X5 before, and not just any X5. It was my principal's X5, which in my opinion, he was probably the coolest principal I actually, talked to, and it's been a while since I've talked to him in a while. Up next, we have the Ubermacht Zion, and for those that have watched the live stream, you probably will realize that I've turned this car into a Tasha car. It did not work out so well, so I fully blacked it out. Not fully, but still getting there. Along with that, has 50/52 wheels, and it basically has a whole lip kit on the car with a decent wing and a decent roof spoiler, and that's about it. Now we can get to the good part. Alright, so we have the Ubermacht SC1, which is based off of both a BMW M Concept and a BMW i8, aka BMW's slowest quote-unquote supercar that came out in the early 2010s. Because apparently it's like, this is the car of the future. It's going to be the fastest thing of all time. Yeah, when you have an inline 3 as an engine configuration with a hybrid, not only that's overpriced, but Jesus Christ, that thing is being used for ugly wraps. Like, I kid you not. Up next, we have the Ubermacht Oracle. Now, this is another day one. Now, for those wondering, I try to base mine off of pure Q50's Infiniti Q50. Unfortunately, they don't have that in the game. So, yeah, I end up using the M5. Either that or it's a 5 Series, but either way, it's been used. I even like stance it for the most part. It's not that bad. Up next, we got the Ubermax Zion based off the BMW M6. Well, 6 Series because the black one is a 3 Series, 5 Series. Don't know what that is. Definitely X7, definitely M6, M Concept. Yeah, the M1 Concept / i8, and then there is the the 5 Series. This is the 6 Series. Because here's the thing. I know there's a pattern when it comes to these specific BMWs. So if it's like an odd number, it's like a four. It's either like a 4-door or 2-door, or it's like both. But if it's like a even number, it's usually just a coupe. Well, if you count the M6, of course. But here's the thing: the higher the number, the more models it has, which is quite weird, to say the least. Matte red with carbon wheels, carbon fiber carbon fiber roof. My bad. Titanium exhaust, and as well as a carbon splitter. That's basically it. Up next, we got the Ubermax Cypher, based off of the BMW M2, and not to mention, it is also based off of the M3 Gt-R in some points. I said some perspective, but still, that's cool nonetheless. And last but not least, we got the Seminole, which is customized but I have not insured. So before I end the live stream, I actually am going to drive this all the way to the let's see, yeah, drive this all the way to the auto shop so that way I can actually put insurance on the vehicle. My goodness. Okay, so basically, well, technically we're already here, so.
Here for the magic touch.
Alright, here's a fun fact, and this is a true fun fact. Just its price value while I'm at it. Wait, you talking about the 3 Series in terms of like how much it is? Because I don't know if I have to be completely honest. How much cash I stuck into? A lot. And by a lot, I meant a lot on every single, well, except for a few cars, but in terms of this car specifically, it's not fully upgraded because armor, okay, there's race brakes. This is the only option that's there, and that only option, fully upgrade the engine. Okay, yeah. Long story short, it probably costs less than let's get a general idea. Yeah, it's not gonna be that much. Yeah, 90K. That's not bad. Yeah, basically, long story short, it is 90K. Well, 91K, but still 90K nonetheless. Best feature ever. Oh my god. Oh jeez! how in the world did you miss a white on white M3? Or, well, this game is confusing when it comes to their vehicles. It's like, okay, hold on, this one's a 3 Series, and then there's a, oh my goodness, yeah, 3 Series, then there is a, okay, yeah, long story short, it's a 3 Series along with a, along with an M3, being the all black one. Well, let's see, basically the murdered out one is the M3, and then the white out one is the, it's probably a 335i. Don't question it. What do you mean don't question it? I'm questioning it now in the world. Ay, ay. So yeah, unfortunately, so yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but literally, so Thursday will be the will be another Let's Play episode, because I was planning on doing this anyway, so he's there on El Cavesa. What in the world? Okay. So before I actually do this, okay. All these Beamers, all these cars, but they still won't give me a license. What in the world? Oh my god. Anyway, that'll be it for. Easier on the head. Okay. Alright, so without any further ado, hope you guys enjoyed this garage tour. Let me know what car you like or what car you don't like, and why. Because for the most part, it probably would be like a reasonable reason why they don't like it. Like, what would they change? What will they do the car differently? Like, it's anyone's opinion. So, without further ado, hope you guys like the live stream. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you see next. Tomorrow is definitely the Crew 2, because the Crew 2 is actually getting another update. It is season 4, part 2, or season 4, episode 2, which is the contractor again. This time off-roading based. You can follow me on Instagram at Goddrifter247sun Productions. You can follow me on Twitter at Gtb247sun. You can check out my Discord at Goddrifter247sun Productions Garage Museum. And last but certainly not least, I'm gonna go try and get some sleep. Be safe. Alright. Tomorrow I am indeed gonna be shoot, now that I thought about it, dang it, I thought something, but I forgot now. Shoot. Oh wait, no, I remember now. You can basically, like I said, you can actually comment down what car is your favorite and what car is your least favorite and why. It doesn't have to be in order, but try at least either 5 or 10 cars on which one is your favorite or which one is your least favorite. So, and don't try to say all of them, because that doesn't count. This is like, try to be specific on what cars you like or hate. So, without any further ado, hope you guys have a dope Tuesday. This is Goddrifter2 signing off. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.